Coming up on City View, a new council for a new year. Another step is taken to ensure water keeps flowing, and a heartfelt send-off to an officer that sniffed out crime. Hi, thanks for joining us. I'm your host, Carol Barish. Those stories and more, but first, Austin's newly elected mayor and council members representing the city's 10 geographic districts took the oath of office during inauguration ceremony at City Hall.
I, Steve Adler,
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will faithfully execute the duties
of the office of Austin City Council
of the state of Texas,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution and the laws of the United States
and of this state.
So help me God. Congratulations.
During the ceremony, council members drew lots to set the length of their terms in office. 5 members will hold 2-year terms, and 5 members will hold 4-year terms. The mayor's term of office is 4 years. The term lengths for each council member are 2-year terms: Delia Garza, District 2; Gregorio Greg Casar, District 4; Don Zimmerman, District 6; Leslie Poole, District 7; Sherry Gallo, District 10. 4-year terms: Ora Houston, District 1; Sabino Pio Renteria, District 3; Ann Kitchen, District 5; Ellen Troxclair, District 8; Kathy Tovo, District 9. Council also selected Kathy Tovo as Mayor Pro Tem. The newly elected Austin City Council is also seeking your feedback on public participation in city government. The effort, led by Mayor Steve Adler, is intended to shorten City Council meeting times and increase community engagement. The new structure would require all ordinances and resolutions to go before one or more of 13 newly proposed committees. 4 council members would join each committee. No specific assignments have been made yet. Other proposed changes include rotating council meeting agenda items, holding council meetings more frequently to reduce the number of agenda items per meeting, and providing greater access to meeting minutes, backup, and other agenda records.
the draft proposal does 4 things. It gives our community a greater opportunity to tackle the major problems we've faced over the years. It creates more meaningful public engagement earlier in the legislative process and before decisions are made. It makes better use of valuable staff time and resources. And it helps strengthen a culture of public engagement and improved customer service.
Residents can also visit speakupAustin.org to provide feedback. Water Treatment Plant 4, Austin Water's newest treatment plant, is completed. The plant, located on Lake Travis, can treat 50 million gallons a day with room to expand to 300. This investment adds reliability by giving utility customers an additional plant that draws from Lake Travis instead of Lake Austin. The plant saves energy in serving the north and northwest desired development zone and provides for continuous service during shutdowns and repairs of Austin Water's 2 other treatment plants and aging water pump stations. Water Treatment Plant 4 involved an unprecedented environmental commissioning process that worked to protect the environment at every step of construction and into the future.
Right now, all of our water comes up through downtown, where this brings us a whole new system together. Just gives us better redundancy, resiliency, safety, certainly capacity, about everything that you could want for the water utility to be planning for, this plant will do for us.
More and more Austinites are installing security cameras at their homes to catch potential burglars. Bing Lau, a detective with the Austin Police Department, offers tips to homeowners who decide to install cameras and explains how surveillance video can help the department find criminals.
With your installed cameras at your home and you detect that a crime has occurred, the best way to get that video available to the officer, to the police department and the investigator, is to either, whenever the report is made, to let whoever you make the report to, whether it be to 311 or to the police officer that shows up on the scene, make sure that they know that there is video of the incident. And then please make sure that that video is saved somehow, whether it be to a jump drive or to a CD. In positioning your cameras, Once you have them installed, it's a good idea to make sure that there's one up close to the door or where the incident may occur so we can get a good face shot, and then maybe have another camera pointed towards the street to where we can possibly get a license plate. It's very helpful if we can have at least a description of the vehicle of the suspect, or even better is a license plate. But it's really important to have cameras adjusted correctly, and lighting also. If it happens late at night, it's a good idea to either leave the porch light on or to have night vision cameras to where we can actually see facial shots of the person, because that's the main way that they'll be identified, is through a facial shot. And once we get those, once the investigator has either picked up your video or the officer has turned it into evidence, the investigator will review it, and we can then take stills from your video and get it out to officers that work that area and try to get the person identified.
APD also wants residents to know it's important to provide any surveillance video to the police before sending it to media outlets or posting on social media. In some cases, airing the video in public could jeopardize getting a conviction. In more APD news, the city's police department and the Greater Austin Crime Commission 401 K9 program celebrated the retirement of Austin Police K9 Yeager. Yeager is an 8-year-old Dutch Shepherd who served the citizens of Austin as a patrol K9 for almost 8 years. He spent his career working narcotics and patrolling at night. Yeager made 116 arrests and apprehensions.
You can say hi. Good boy. After almost 8 years of service, Yeager's getting ready to retire here from the department and get to come home with me. He's been a real good partner. He's watched out for me on the streets, and I like to think hopefully I've watched out for him as well.
Welcome to the retirement.
You know, he just liked coming to work. Anytime those keys would jingle or my belt would clip on, he would get real excited and start barking at the house. He would run around until we got to the point where we walked out the door. So anytime we were going to work, he enjoyed it, whether it was running around in the car or actually chasing bad guys out in the woods.
In Austin, we have what's called single-purpose K9 units. So you have one particular unit that works narcotics, dogs. We have a unit that works bombs out at the airport, and we have our unit, which is a patrol K9 unit. And our only function is to search for people that have committed crimes.
Dog has been deployed. K9 dog is after the suspect.
I'm sure glad to have him come back and retire with me and spend some time, well-earned rest and relaxation at my house. So.
It's just like a professional athlete. They mentally can still do it. It's just physically their body, as they get older, it makes it hard for them. We do put a lot of demands on their body physically. So once they do retire, we kind of baby them a little bit. So. We kind of operate under, behind the scenes. You don't really see us very often except for community events like this, but we're out there on the street every day, 24 hours a day, with a dog to safely and appropriately find people that have committed crimes. So if you have a robbery or a homicide and that person or that suspect flees the scene and is in hiding, that's what we use our dogs for. And not a lot of people, really understand or know that we're out there all the time protecting the citizens. Good boy.
K9s are recognized as police officers, and as a parting gift, Yeager gets to keep his badge. He'll retire to the care of his prior handler, Officer Arthur Nelson. APD is looking for a replacement K9 that will undergo about 6 months of training before hitting the streets. That's all for this week's City View. I'm your host, Carol Barish. Our next episode premieres January 30th. Thanks for watching.